What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous here once again. I am here to do my Week 6 college football predictions. Now, with Week 5 in the books, we are now into Week 6 of the college football season. So I am very excited to do my Week 6 predictions for you guys, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record coming into Week 6 of the college football season, after a great Week 5, we went 10-2. So we're starting to get hot, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So hoping this video we will continue the winning ways. We're on a 3-week winning streak. Hoping this video we make it 4 weeks. Hopefully. Now, this is the first video in a combined 4 video day on the channel today and this week, guys. So, hope you guys will be able to watch all of these videos. Always show your support on the channel by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, and commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your college football teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, pick the good one if you're a huge fan of college football like myself, and you're ready for Week 6 of the college football season. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is just two. Whoop, whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these Week 6 college football predictions. Let's start off on Friday night with an American Athletic Conference East rivalry showdown between the UCF Knights heading to Cincinnati to face the Cincinnati Bearcats. Now, this is only the 5th meeting between UCF and Cincinnati. UCF leads the all-time series 3-1. Now, the Knights have won the last 3 meetings against the Bearcats, and the Bearcats are looking to defeat the UCF Knights for the first time since 2015. Now, both teams are coming out very good Week 5s against their American Athletic Conference rivals. UCF is coming off their victory over UConn on Saturday, coming in at 4-1. And Cincinnati is coming off their victory over Marshall on Saturday, coming in at 3-1. So coming from me in this American Athletic Conference East rivalry showdown on Friday night, I'm going to go with the UCF Knights to get it done on the road and defeat the Cincinnati Bearcats. And now the next matchup. It is a Big Ten rivalry showdown between the Iowa Hawkeyes heading to the Big House to face the Michigan Wolverines. Now, this is the 61st meeting between Iowa and Michigan. Michigan leads the all-time series 41-15-4. Now, the Hawkeyes have won the last 2 meetings against the Wolverines, and Michigan's looking to defeat Iowa for the first time since 2012. Now, both teams are coming out very good Week 5s. Iowa's coming out their blowout victory over Middle Tennessee State on Saturday. They're coming in undefeated at 4-0, and Michigan's coming out their blowout victory over Rutgers on Saturday, coming in at 3-1. So, coming from me in this Big Ten rivalry showdown, Michigan, if Jim Harbaugh wants to keep his job, he has to win this game to finally end Michigan's slide against Iowa. So coming from me, I'm going to go with Shea Patterson and the Michigan Wolverines to get it done at home and defeat the Iowa Hawkeyes in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between my Oklahoma Sooners heading to Kansas to face the Kansas Jayhawks. Now, this is the 110th meeting between Oklahoma and Kansas. Oklahoma leads the all-time series 76-27-6. Now, the Sooners have won the last 14 meetings against the Jayhawks dating all the way back to the year 2000. And the Jayhawks are looking to defeat my Sooners for the first time since 1997. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 5s against Big 12 opponents. Oklahoma's coming off their blowout victory at home over Texas Tech. They're coming in undefeated at 4-0. And Kansas is coming off their blowout loss to TCU on Saturday, coming in at 2-3. So coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, Oklahoma better not look ahead to next week, because we all know next week it's Oklahoma and Texas in the Red River rivalry showdown. So knowing Oklahoma, they're not going to look ahead. They're going to look to the here and now and get this game done and over with. So coming from me, I am taking Jalen Hurts and my Oklahoma Sooners to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Kansas Jayhawks in a blowout. So Texas, just bring it. And now the next matchup. It is another Big 12 rivalry showdown between the Texas Longhorns heading to Morgantown, West Virginia to face the West Virginia Mountaineers. Now, this is only the 9th meeting between Texas and West Virginia. West Virginia leads the all-time series 5-3. Now, the Mountaineers won the last meeting last year, and the Longhorns are looking to defeat the Mountaineers for the first time since 2017. Now, both teams are coming off byes in Week 5. Both teams are coming in 3-1, and both teams are looking to come off a bye with a big victory here. So coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, I need Texas at their best next week. So I need them to win this game. So coming from me, I'm taking Sam Ehlinger and the Texas Longhorns to get it done on the road and defeat the West Virginia Mountaineers. So we're going to have that Red River rivalry shootout between undefeated Oklahoma and 4-1 Texas. And our next matchup, it is a Pac-12 North rivalry showdown between the Cal Golden Bears heading to Eugene to face the Oregon Ducks. Now this is the 83rd meeting between Cal and Oregon. Cal leads the old-time series 41-39-2. Now the Ducks have won the last 2 meetings against the Golden Bears, and the Golden Bears are looking to defeat the Ducks for the first time since 2016. Now, both teams are coming out very different week 5s. Cal's coming off their heartbreaking loss to Arizona State on Friday. They're coming in at 4-1, and the Ducks are coming off a bye in week 5. They're coming in at 3-1. So coming from me in this Pac-12 North rivalry showdown, this is going to be Cal's toughest test this season against a very good Oregon team in Eugene. So coming from me, I'm going to go with those Oregon Ducks to get it done at home and defeat the Cal Golden Bears in a shootout. And now the next matchup. It is the Utah State Aggies heading to Death Valley to face the LSU Tigers. Now this is only the 3rd meeting between Utah State and LSU. LSU has won both meetings all the way back in 1993 and 2001, and the Aggies are looking to defeat the Tigers for the very first time. Now, both teams are coming out very different week 5s. Utah State's coming off their victory over Colorado State on Saturday. They're coming in at 3-1, and LSU's coming off a bye in week 5, coming in perfect at 4-0. So coming from me in this matchup, I got to go with the LSU Tigers to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Utah State Aggies. Yo Tigers! And now the next matchup. It is a Pac-12 North rivalry showdown between the Washington Huskies heading to Stanford to face the Stanford Cardinal. Now this is the 90th meeting between Washington and Stanford. Washington leads the all-time series 43-42-4, so it's a close rivalry. The Huskies won the last meeting last year, and the Cardinals are looking to defeat the Huskies for the first time since 2017. Now, both teams are coming off big victories in Week 5 against Pac-12 rivals. Washington's coming off their big victory over USC on Saturday, coming in at 4-1. And Stanford's coming off their late field goal victory over Oregon State on Saturday, coming in at 2-3. So coming from me in this Pac-12 North rivalry showdown, I'm going to go with Jacob Eason and the Washington Huskies to get it done on the road and defeat the Stanford Cardinal. And now the next matchup. It is a Big Ten East rivalry showdown between the Michigan State Spartans heading to Columbus to face the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now this is the 48th meeting between Michigan State and Ohio State. The Buckeyes lead the all-time series 32-15. Now the Buckeyes have won the last 3 meetings against Sparty, and Sparty's looking to defeat the Buckeyes for the first time since 2015. Now both teams are coming off very good Week 5 against Big Ten opponents. Michigan State's coming off their come-from-behind victory over Indiana on Saturday, coming in at 4-1. And Ohio State's coming off their blowout victory on the road over Nebraska on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 5-0. So coming from me in this Big Ten East rivalry showdown, the fact that Michigan State nearly lost to Indiana on Saturday worries the hell out of me, and I just cannot pick them this week. So coming from me, I'm taking Justin Fields and the Ohio State Buckeyes to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Michigan State Spartans in a close shootout. OHIO. And now the next matchup. It is an SEC East rivalry showdown between the Georgia Bulldogs heading to Knoxville to face the Tennessee Volunteers. Now this is the 49th meeting between Georgia and Tennessee. The series is tied 23-2. So whoever wins this will break this tie. Now Georgia has won the last 2 meetings against the Volunteers, and Tennessee is looking to defeat the Bulldogs for the first time since 2015. Now, both teams are coming off byes in Week 5. Georgia's coming in undefeated at 4-0, and Tennessee's coming in at 1-3. So coming from me in this SEC East rivalry showdown, I'm going to go with Jake Fromm from State Farm and those Georgia Bulldogs to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Tennessee Volunteers in a blowout. And now the next matchup. It is a MAC West rivalry showdown between the Eastern Michigan Eagles heading to Central Michigan to face the Central Michigan Chippewas. Now this is the 97th meeting between Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan. Central Michigan leads the old-time series 60-30-6. Now, the Eagles won the last meeting last year, and the Chippewas are looking to defeat the Eagles for the first time since 2017. Now, both teams are coming out very different week 5s. Eastern Michigan's coming off a bye. They're coming in at 3-1. And Central Michigan's coming off their loss to Western Michigan on Saturday, coming in at 2-3. So coming from me in this MAC West rivalry showdown, I'm going to go with the Eastern Michigan Eagles to get it done on the road and defeat the Central Michigan Chippewas. And now the next matchup. It is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between the Baylor Bears heading to Kansas State to face the Kansas State Wildcats. Now this is only the 17th meeting between Baylor and Kansas State. Kansas State leads the old-time series 9-7. Now the Bears won the last meeting last year, and the Wildcats are looking to defeat the Bears for the first time since 2017. Now both teams are coming out very different week 5s against Big 12 opponents. Baylor's coming off their big victory over Iowa State on Saturday, coming in undefeated at 4-0, and Kansas State's coming off their loss to Oklahoma State on Saturday, coming in at 3-1. So coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, who would have thought Baylor would be undefeated coming into week 6 of the college football season? That is a shock. I didn't expect Baylor to be undefeated up until this point. So they're really proving me wrong. So coming from me, I'm going to go with those Baylor Bears to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Kansas State Wildcats in a really, really close one. And now the next matchup. It is an ACC Coastal rivalry showdown between the Virginia Tech Hokies heading to Miami to face the Miami Hurricanes, or the U. So this is the 37th meeting between Virginia Tech and Miami. Miami leads the old-time series 22-14. Now the Canes have won the last 2 meetings against the Hokies, and the Hokies are looking to defeat the Canes for the first time since 2016. Now both teams are coming out very different week 5s. Virginia Tech is coming out their blowout loss to the Duke Blue Devils on Friday. They're coming in at 2-2. And Miami's coming off a bye in week 5. They're also coming in at 2-2. So coming from me in this huge ACC Coastal rivalry showdown, with what North Carolina could have done in week 5, defeating Clemson and falling short by going for 2, the ACC Coastal is really wide open. And if Miami wants to be a threat again in the ACC Coastal, that turnover chain has got to start. And it's got to start fast. Because if they start the season 2-3, it's going to be a real mountain to climb for the Hurricanes to be on top of the ACC Coastal. So coming from me, I'm going to go with the U to get it done at home, hopefully, and defeat the Virginia Tech Hokies in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is a battle between 2 military academies, between the Falcons of the Air Force Academy heading to Annapolis to face the Midshipmen of Navy. Now this is the 52nd meeting between Air Force and Navy. The Falcons lead the old-time series 30-21. Now the Falcons won the last meeting against the Midshipmen last year, and the Midshipmen are looking to defeat the Falcons for the first time since 2017. Now both teams are coming off very different week 5s. The Air Force Academy is coming off their victory over San Jose State on Friday. They're coming in at 3-1. And the Midshipmen are coming off a loss to Memphis on Thursday, coming in at 2-1. So coming from me in this battle of the 2 famous military academies, oh man, I'm going to go with the Falcons of the Air Force Academy to get it done on the road and defeat the Midshipmen of Navy. And now the final matchup in week 6, in which College Game Day will be at this game this weekend. It is an SEC rivalry between the Auburn Tigers heading to the Swamp to face the Florida Gators. Now this is the 84th meeting between Auburn and Florida. Auburn leads the old-time series 43-38-2. Now the Tigers have won the last 3 meetings against the Gators, and the Gators are looking to defeat the Tigers for the first time since 2002. And ironically enough, the last time College Game Day was in Gainesville was in 2002. So how ironic is that? Now both teams are coming out big victories in week 5. Auburn's coming off a big victory on the road over Mississippi State on Saturday. They're coming in undefeated at 5-0. And Florida's coming off a victory over Towson, cupcake opponent, on Saturday. They are also coming in at 5-0. So Coming from me in this huge SEC rivalry to finish up Week 6. Oh man, if Auburn stays undefeated, they're going to be at least the 1 or 2 threats to Alabama. If Florida wins, Georgia and Florida are going to meet, and that's going to be a clash for sure. So coming from me, I wonder who Corso picked in 2002. I really want to know who Lee Corso picked back in 2002 when these two last met on College Game Day. Coming from me, I got to go with Bo Nix because Bo knows, and the Auburn Tigers to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Florida Gators in a real close one. War Eagle! And those are my Week 6 college football predictions. I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below. Who do you have winning in Week 6 of the college football season? Do you see any big-time upsets happening? And as always, represent your college football teams in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comments, like it, and of course, reply right back to me because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later today for some even more big videos. Later days, guys, and peace.